Good afternoon, dear traders.
Hello and welcome to InstaForex Economic News channel with us, Takhmina Salomova
and Dana Kasatkina.
The euro was sliding for most of the last week. Friday, meanwhile, the shared currency began to show signs of recovery following the publication of German trade balance figures for December. It was followed by an increase in German imports, which also restored some hopes for the Eurozone economy's recovery. The euro was slightly weaker at $1.13.30 compared with $1.14.56 a week ago. The US dollar remained sensitive to Donald Trump's delaying of US-China trade talks. With the US-China trade talks serving as a sort of Damocles hanging over the market, investors were attuned to fresh tariff developments, including President Donald Trump's confirmation that he wouldn't meet Chinese President Xi Jinping before the March 1st trade deadline. The ICE US dollar index was up by 1.1% for the week, its first such advance since the week ended on January 18. In cryptocurrency trades, Bitcoin rocketed high just ahead of the noon hour Friday, trading up by about 9% to a one-month high near $3,682. The sudden surge developed without any real catalyst. Investors in the digital currency space saw prices explode higher in 2017 as cryptomania swept over the world. Bitcoin began 2017 worth less than $1,000 a coin before soaring more than 2,000% to a high of $19,511. However, the year of 2018 was a different story, with the cryptocurrency's value plunging by 70%. Bitcoin is little changed for the year following Friday's spike. This is all we have on currency moves for now. Talking about commodities, what were the trends there?
Crude oil price posted a weekly loss after a choppy day of trading on Friday.
What happenings were behind investors' decisions?
Worries about a global economic slowdown. OPEC-led supply cuts and US sanctions against Venezuela provided crude with some support. US West Texas Intermediate crude futures ended Friday's session by 8 cents, high at $52.72 per barrel, closing the week down by 4.6%, the steepest weekly lows this year. International Brent crude futures had raised early losses, gaining 51 cents to $62.14 per barrel. On the week, they lost about 1%. Meanwhile, gold prices finished high on Friday, pairing an already modest weekly lows as weakness in global stocks boosted heavy demand for the commodity. The yellow metal found support from the threat of another US government shutdown, with temporary funding expiring on February 15th and intensifying concerns surrounding Brexit. On COMEX, April gold futures rose by $4.3 to settle at $1,318.50 an ounce, but were down by 0.3% for the week. Gold, based on the most active contracts, has still climbed by 2.9% since the end of last year.
Takhmina, many thanks for the updates on commodities. This was InstaForex weekly review of currency and commodity markets presented by us, Takhmina Salomova
and Dana Kasatkina.
Take care and goodbye.
See you soon.